Hi everyone, today we're going to talk about writing an equation of a line from a table or a chart. Now, as a reminder, equation of a line. You should know this, but in case you don't, it's once again y equals mx plus b. Now, remember, m stands for slope, and b is our y-intercept. And remember, when we're talking about slope and y-intercept, if we have a graph, my slope is how steep the line is, and the y-intercept, so the slope is the steepness of this line, and my y-intercept is where it touches the y-axis. And the line we're talking about is this line here. But sometimes you don't see a graph. Sometimes they don't just give us the equation. Sometimes they give us a table, and they want us to use the table to write the equation of a line. So here we go. Here's a table. Oh, let's make that a little bigger. Or not, as this won't let me do that at the moment. Okay. So first thing we have to do, when we're given a table, so with the table, and again, if you want to take notes, do it. We're going to split up again tomorrow. So if you have your notes, it'll help you with the work that we have to do. So if we have a table, oh wait, maybe it will. There we go. A little bigger. Okay. So if I have a table, first thing I'm going to find the slope. Now, here's the thing. These are actually sets of points. X and Y. And they go together. So 0, 0 is 1 point, 2, 4 is another point, 4, 8 is another point, as is 1, 2, and 3, 6. We have our X's and Y's. Now, all we need for slope is, remember, m equals y1 minus y2 over x1 minus x2. So really all we need is 2 points. We can choose any 2 points. It doesn't matter. Any 2 points. What you have to keep in mind is the x's and the y's match up. So let's choose, let's choose 2, 4 and 4, 8. So point 1 is going to be 2, 4, and point 2 is going to be 4, 8. And we're going to go ahead and find the slope. So we're going to do 4 minus 8 over 2 minus 4. That's going to be negative 4 over negative 2. Now this simplifies to positive 2. Negative 4 divided by negative 2 is 2. So my slope equals 2. Now I'm going to go ahead and write out my equation of a line again, because I want to show you something here. Kind of cool. Y equals mx plus b. Remember, m is my slope. My slope is 2. So put that in. Put in my equal sign. Now this x could be any of these x's, either 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's pick one. We can use the same one that we used before, so let's use 2. So instead of x, I'm going to put 2, close my parentheses. I don't know what my y-intercept is yet, plus b. what is the y that goes with this x? Look back at our chart. The y that goes with this 2 is 4. I have a two-step equation now. Can I solve for b? Yeah, just like we would solve for any other variable. So 4 equals 2 times 2 is 4 plus b. Subtract 4 from both sides. I get 0 equals b. So my y-intercept is 0. Now if I wanted to write this in the equation of a line, it would be y equals m is 2, x, and I don't have to put anything for this y-intercept because whenever I add 0, it's still 0. Now, I know you're probably like, wait, I don't get it. You can re-watch this part. Go for it. I'm going to move on to another problem now. Okay, here's another chart. Okay, remember, step 1, find the slope. Pick 2 points. I'm going to pick the first 2 this time. 2, -11, and 3, -14. So I'm going to do point 1 is 2, -11. Point 2 is 3, -14. You don't have to write the points out, but if it's helpful, do it. Do what makes it easier for you. If you need to take lots of notes and write lots of things down, do it. It's okay. My equation, I'm not going to write it again. It's going to be -11 minus -14 over 2 minus 3. Remember, don't forget you have a double negative here. So that's going to be, +3 over -1. Now I have a positive divided by a negative, and anything over its 1 is itself. So this is going to be -3. So I already have my slope. M equals -3. Whoops, that's not a 3. There we go, a 3. Step 2. Let's highlight that so we can keep an eye on that because we're going to need that later. Solve for the y-intercept. So we're going to write out our equation. Y equals mx plus b. We're going to choose a set of points. I'm going to choose this last point here, 6, -23. Again, I can use the ones I've already used before, whatever makes you happy. For y, I'm going to put in -23 equals, my slope is -3. The x that goes with the -23 is 6 plus b. Now I suggest you put that x coordinate in a parenthesis because otherwise this would look like 36 and then you get the problem wrong and we don't want that. So remember, put that x coordinate in a parenthesis. Let's go ahead and solve for b. -23 equals -18 plus b. Add 18 to both sides. 18's cancel out. And -23 plus 18 is going to be -5 equals b. Let's fix that 5 so it looks more like a 5. -5 equals b. So my y-intercept equals -5. Now that I have my slope and my y-intercept, which is all I need for my equation of a line, go ahead and write it out. Y equals, my slope is -3x minus 5, because that's my y-intercept. Now, I don't have to put in numbers for x and y because this is going to be for no matter what x is. Whether it's 7, 12, 64, 39, whatever x is, I can see if it's going to be on this line by finding the y. How about we do one more? Ooh, lots of points here. Okay, Again, we're going to start with slope. 2 points. Let's do 6-2 and 12-5. Again, I can pick any two. I can pick ones on opposite ends, one right near each other, my favorite numbers, whatever one. It doesn't matter. However old I am, no, it doesn't go up that high for me. Okay, whoops. So let's do 2 minus 5 over 6 minus 12, negative 3 over negative 6, which simplifies to 1/2. 3 goes into 3 once, 3 goes into 6 twice. Negative over negative is a positive, so my slope is 1/2. Next is going to be my y-intercept. Write up my equation. This time I'm going to use 4, 1 for my x and y. My y is 1 equals my slope is 1/2 times my x is 4 plus b. 1 equals 1/2 times 4 is 2 plus b. Subtract by 2 on both sides. I get negative 1 equals b. So my y-intercept is b equals negative 1. And finally, I write my equation. Which, whoops, scrolled up a little too much. Cut back here. Y equals 1/2, because that's my slope, x, minus 1, which is my y-intercept. Okay, let's give you some practice problems. Here's your first chart. Go ahead. Find the equation of the line for these points. Put the equation in the answer box when it appears. When I go ahead and solve this, my slope for this is going to be my slope is going to be -2. My y-intercept is going to be 5. And my equation of a line is y equals -2x plus 5. Whoops, it's not a 5. Plus 5. Let's look at another problem. Okay, here. Start it. Put your answer in the box when it appears. And here my slope is going to be 2. My y-intercept is going to be, -1. And my equation is y equals 2x plus 1. Okay, we're going to practice this tomorrow morning in school. If you have any questions, we can go over it in class tomorrow, or you can ask a friend for help. And I'll see you tomorrow. Have a great evening.